When you're right about ready to start accelerating, you need to make sure that you can bring on an in-house recruiter that can help solve for that rather than try to scale without it and then actually start seeing that things are creaky beforehand.
Mhm. What is your philosophy or approach on culture add versus culture fit? That's something that's come up, I think, quite a bit. The difference between culture add and culture fit. Do you believe in it? What's your philosophy on that?
Yeah. It depends on what you're trying to solve for a culture fit. A culture fit can be tempting. At any given time, you can look at the organization that you have or the peers that you're working with and say, hey, I need more of these people. But it's a snapshot of the company at that stage. It's a snapshot of the team at that stage. But a year from now, the company is going
Mhm.
to be different and the team needs to be different. 2 years from now, the company's going to be even more different. So diversity in experience, diversity in backgrounds, diversity in demographics, all of that is really important to really take into consideration so that we can continue to think about things in different ways. Culture fit sometimes um, could be narrowing the focus to what's worked in the past and repeating that. Whereas the culture add is what are you trying to, that which the person is able to bring in day one is going to be very different than what you'll need that person to bring in 6 months from now and a year from now. So when it comes to an alt culture add, you're looking at problems that the team is looking to face tomorrow or 6 months from now or a year from now. Culture fit, in my experience, typically it's like what worked in the past and how do I repeat that. So there's it's always a mix of the both, but the culture fit is a tempting narrowing of scope.
Mhm. And how you mentioned diversity when you think about experiences, where they come from, like, companies. How do you ensure that you're protecting diversity as you're scaling? How do you have those conversations?
In terms of like demographic diversity, in terms of
I think
diversity of
just in
backgrounds.
general, how are you protecting
Yeah.
diversity as you're scaling?
Yeah, as a recruiter, it's the storytelling. When we're talking to candidates, it's really being able to understand what it is we're looking to hire, and really evaluating that against when we're talking to candidates, evaluating that, and then really that storytelling to the hiring manager. So, um, typically it's tempting to go into pedigree. Hey, this person worked for this company. It's a competitor that's very transferable. Or, hey, this person comes from Fang and that's very transferable. Um, of course, there is value in focusing on that, but um, I think it's more important around looking at the when. Like, when was this person at that company? When was this person? There's really going to be an indicator of maybe some of the bigger problems that they were solving, and then just bringing that story to the hiring manager. So protecting diversity is really being able to talk to as many people as we can, people that have been through really interesting projects, really interesting initiatives. Maybe they are coming from areas where um, we haven't been focusing on hiring talent from. But once you start double clicking into that, you could identify that there's a lot of skill there. Like I have a good example in the past where I was looking to hire we were looking to hire folks on our catalog team. And it was particularly challenging to find folks on the catalog team um, for a number of reasons. But one of the things that we were able to discover is that folks that are coming from um, voice assistant businesses were very transferable. So that is an area that to me in the beginning, I was like, I don't understand how that could be aligned.